Good afternoon, and welcome to day 46 of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota, and joining me this afternoon are both Donna Morton and Software Brian. And welcome everybody that is joining us live and to those that are listening on replay. Would like to give a big shout out to Elevator Results for sponsoring our space. If you need a tailor-made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. If you'd like to hear any of our past recordings of our spaces, you can find them on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. And if it sounds a little loud, it's because I am manning the peach stand for the first time this summer. So I will be handling customers, and you will hear the traffic as I do. How are you guys, Software and Donna?
I am good, but it is not afternoon, Sherry. It is morning here in California.
Well, that's awesome, but it's afternoon here and it's evening for some of those folks like Donna. But where I'm at, it's afternoon. So good afternoon. Hey, Avi. Hey, Hayden and Matt and Billy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, I'm not sure. There's so much going on today, but first I want to make an announcement. So folks can say they heard it here first. Brian and I will be doing our third annual Spaces coverage of the WSOP next summer. The summer of 2025 will be our third annual Daily Spaces coverage. You heard it here first, folks. I want to make a couple of announcements. One, um, any and all unclaimed payouts at the WSOP must be picked up by 12 p.m. July the 18th. If you miss that deadline, you have to make an appointment to pick up your payout, and you make that appointment via this email address, which is WSOPFAQ@Caesars.com. And I'll repeat that again throughout the show. They're taking appointments Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's if you miss that July 18th deadline, and you have to make an appointment to pick it up after that deadline. Very important news, right? And I know, Brian, you left your millions there and you have to go back and get them this weekend.
Yeah, forgot that. I think it was Chance or Joseph Chung that one year said that he had forgotten like a six-figure payout.
Yeah, I think it was
from
Chance.
two
I
two
think you're
years
right.
before. I don't know. I'm like, I wish
Uh,
I could do that.
right,
That's always fun. Um,
right. Must be nice to forget about a big payout.
Sherry, at about 9:15, I'm gonna have to drop off for about 10 minutes. Take
Okay,
care of
pal.
something.
No problem. I appreciate that heads up. So let's move on to what happened in all the other events, but the main event first. Event number, this vehicle's so loud right now. Event number 86 was the 1K Mystery Bounty Pot Limit Omaha tournament, 2.4 million in the prize pool. There were 4,280 entries. There are 10 remaining, and Sasha Wilhelm has 36 million in chips. Bryce Yockey, a name we've heard several times this summer, is second in chip stacks with 33 million. Third is Adam Adams, has 25K. 25K. Is that right? Or is it 25 million? It must be 25 million. And Brandon Caputo has 16 million. I think I wrote a K, but it should be a million. I can't imagine they're in fourth place with 16K. So there you go. Any comments on that one?
No.
All right.
Uh,
We'll keep moving along then.
but Yaki is in like third or fourth in Player of the Year. So,
Yeah. Yeah. He's up there. He's a name we've said often this summer for
but
sure.
I did see that Sean Deeb final tabled the 10K online. the 10K online POY builder. They're calling it.
The one that he got beat out by last year, I think.
Yeah, but if he wins that one, I mean, obviously just hand him the bracelet. It's over.
Right, right.
Or not bracelet, but the player of the year.
Player of the year. Yep, I hear you, bud. All right, event number 88 is the 10K 8 game mixed, 1.7 million in the prize pool, 189 entries, 22 are left. 22 are left. Our chip leader is Adam Friedman. He has 1 million. Tom Corral it also has 1 million, and they are separated by $44,000 or 44,000 in chips. Gus Hansen, a notable in third place with 948K. Some other notables: Chris Brewer's in 11th place, Tyler Phillips in 14th, and Carrie Katz in 20th in that race for the gold. Any comments?
Yeah, hopefully Adam gets through so we don't have to see him crying again. No, I'm just kidding. Poor guy. 20 years later, we're still making
Poking at him.
jokes about the poor guy. I saw him the other day and I did not make any jokes about it. So,
Good idea.
yeah.
Event number 89 is the 3K mid stakes no limit. There is 3 million in the prize pool. There was 1161 entries. They're down to 324, and our chip leader from Canada is Jonathan Newman with 573,000 in chips. Herv Guzil has 505K. Some notables at 119th is Maria Lampropoulos. 185th place is Andrew Moreno. 203rd place is Nate Silver, and 212th place is Billy Baxter, just to name a few. Any comments on that?
Yeah, a lot of big names played that event. And I'm sure a lot more left for that. How many players did you say were left?
324.
Yeah, so
A lot of poker to be had still.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough field, Sherry. Anything over 1,500, you're gonna draw in the best of the best. So I'm sure there's a lot more throughout that field left as well. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, event number 90 is the $1,500 pot limit Omaha, 1.7 million in the prize pool, 1,304 entries. There are 89 left, and your chip leader is David Shaw with 1 million. Billy Tarango has 983,000. Some notables would be in 26th place, Mike Lay, and in 68th place, Big Hooney with 16K. So definitely a lot of poker left in that tournament as well.
yeah,
And if Hooney can find a way to make it to that final table, it's going to make the Player of the Year points competition a little bit wild here at the last week.
yeah, yep.
Okay, and event number 91 is the 3K horse. Could anybody drive by with louder vehicles right now? Anyway,
We
3K,
can't hear it
3K.
really. We can't
Oh,
really
you
hear
can't?
it.
Oh, perfect, because it is so loud here sometimes. But anyway, it's the 3K horse, 500, no, 953K in the prize pool, 357 entries, 141 remain. With a favorite in the spaces, David ODB Baker is the chip leader with 353K. Paul Campbell has 251K. Jared Hyman has 220K. Some notables still in it to win it: John Racier with 189K. Jeremy Asmus, another name we've heard often this summer, has 147K. Phil Ivey, 29K. Scott Seaver, 78K. A good friend of mine from Georgia is hanging on. She has 8K in chips. Phil Lack is still in there with 76K. Barry Greenstein with 67K. And Fat's favorite entry of all time, Max Pescatori, has
Let's go,
66K.
Max. David Williams with 179,000. And If you call, it's going to be all over baby Scotty Wynn with 155K, Sherry.
Come on, Scotty. Let's go. Well, let's jump, since you've got to jump out, let's jump right over to the main event. And, Nikki P went out, but our guy Chirp is in it to win it with his little colorful mohawk. It was so fun to see him on the featured table, and he's doing a great job. And was screaming at the screen, somebody finally listened to me and folded fucking pocket jacks before the flop. I'm so proud of Chirp for doing that. It was amazing.
What about the guy, man? He was sitting there forever with jacks. And I mean, like, he only beats a bluff at this point. It's like,
Right.
ugh.
Right. And let's not
That's
forget.
why, like, I don't like those spots. Like, if you're sitting there and you're thinking forever, like, I don't know. I mean, it seems like more often than not, if you're especially if you're running short on time on the clock, like, how many times are you wrong there?
Right.
So
Right. Well, I'm just going to say that Chirp's last hand on the featured table, because then they broke it down. His last hand, he had King of Diamonds, Jack of Hearts. His opponent had Ace Eight of Diamonds. Did you see that hand?
uh no, I missed that one.
Okay, that's okay. I watched it. I sped through it this morning because, of course, I went to sleep last night. But the board comes out four of spades, six of clubs, eight of hearts. So his opponent hits the eight on the flop. Chirp
Yeah.
bets, the guy calls. The turn is a five of spades. Chirp bets, the guy calls. I hope I'm remembering this correctly. The river is another eight. Chirp
Hmm.
shoves all in, trying to
Oh,
represent, yeah, trying to represent the straight. Unfortunately, I think he would have been successful had there been also a flush draw out there, but it was just a straight draw or nothing, right? Or you could have had a pair of sixes or a pair of fives or a pair of fours and bowed it up, but um, you know, here we are. So it's unfortunate that that bluff did not make it through, but he's still alive today.
how
On
many chips does he have, Sherry?
I think he's at 1.3 million or 2.3. I don't know why I didn't write down what he's. Oh no, he's got 3.3 million. I did write it down. He's got
Okay.
3.3 million, which our chip leader has 12.3 million. Second place has 12.1 million. But as you know, Tony Dunst is at 89th place with 3.1 million. And so Chirp is above him. Brian Rast has 6.3 million. Alex Keating has 6.9 million. So he's definitely in the mix. Like, he's got enough chips to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely in the mix. He definitely could spin it up. He's been doing a great job. It's been very impressive. And it's just fun to see him on the featured table. You know what I mean?
Well, 160 players left is super deep in the main event. I mean,
Hell yeah.
so, you know, I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
great job.
I love
Um,
it. So let's go on to talk about our chip leader, Stephen Song. And I said he had 12.3 million, and he went into yesterday the chip leader, and he remains the chip leader, which is not easy to do for the main event. Carlos Caldas has 12.1 million. They're both from the United States, so good luck to them. I want to give a little special shout out to Lonnie Eisenberg. He was in the Navy with my cousin-in-law Dennis, and he went out 221st for 60,000. So congrats to him. The women that are still in the field would be Kristen Foxon at 37th place with 5.4 million. Ma Lee, I believe is how you say her name, is in 66th place with 4 million. In 88th place is Shonda, I think it's Azao. It's XIAO at 3.2 million, and Danielle Anderson has 1.7 million. So we have four women out of, how many did I say are left?
160, I think.
Yeah. So we have four women
160,
left.
yep. And
Four women
Daniel
left.
Anderson is going to come in second to Chirp. No, I'm just kidding.
I
Let's
love
have
that.
Danielle win. Let's have Danielle Anderson win, or
Well,
Kristen Foxen. Man, like what a
okay.
beast!
Okay, keep chatting. I have somebody coming for peaches. I'll be right
Sure,
with you.
Christine Foxen. I thought that this guy Cole, what's his name? Carlos Caldes. I thought he played very well yesterday, kind of just protecting his accumulating chips and protecting his stack, not getting involved in anything where he's like losing too much. But look at this list, like of top 10 by country. Steven Song, United States, and then Carlos from Portugal, Diego Callejo, I just mentioned, also from Portugal, Diego Moroz from the United States, Manuel Machado, also from Portugal. So in the top five, we've got three from Portugal, two from the United States. Kevin Davis, United States. Charles Russell from Ireland, Mexico. Thomas Schwartzberg. Uh, Niklas Asdet from Sweden, and then Belgium. So, out of the top 10, what do we got? One, two, three out of the top 10 from the United States. I was commenting on this late in the Salute to Warriors. I'm sitting there playing with a lot of people from Spain and Brazil and all these different places. I'm like, what's the deal? These tournaments start out like 80% United States and then end like 80% other countries. So I don't know if we got to step it up, guys, from the US, but uh, we're not having enough get to the end here. I mean, these fields are in the beginning heavily U.S. Favored, and then we're wrapping up here with hardly any from the U.S.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Brian, that you'll see the numbers, and we typically outnumber those non-U.S. citizens by big numbers. So it'll be interesting to see if that has changed in any way this year, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about bracelets or whatever, but every event that I got to the end of, it was kind of this way. I'm sitting here. I would start the event asking people who they were going to vote for, and I would end the event asking them about which country's soccer team they
All right,
they
let's.
supported.
I'm going to just go to my favorite part of this main
And
event talk chat, and that is.
and I'm going to have
Um,
to drop off for a few
okay,
minutes, Sherry. I'll be
we'll
back.
talk in a few minutes, bud. The underdogs of the main event right now, in 160th place, which is of course the lowest stack available, is Yaki Wu, has 335,000. Can you imagine? A few short days ago, on day one, we had friends in the main event praying to get 335,000 in chips, and now it's the lowest stack available. In 159th place is Gary Deschong with 625,000. 158th place, Jason Hoffman with 630,000. And you know what? A couple of double ups, and those folks are right back in it to win it. And good luck to them. And everyone's still in the main event. Go ahead, Fats.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment about chirp. For anybody who thinks that this is a fluke, you are sadly mistaken about chirp because
Oh, I don't know
chirp,
who would say that
chirp,
because he is a pretty good hand in mob. So,
chirp for 3 weeks has been saying how he's coming back to win the main event and offered the following bet. He said you can pick any 10. He offered this to Hex. Hex could pick any 10 people on the planet to go up against him and to last longer. Then Hex would have had to lay 10-1 because he had 10 people. But Hex wins if any one of the 10 he picks lasted longer than Chirp. And Chirp was absolutely 100% confident Nobody was he was going to pick anybody that would last longer than him because he was going all the way to the end, and he's where he is
Well,
right
and I
now.
love it. And I'm going to tell you, he's been practicing. He's been getting coaching. He's been, resting and getting his mind right. He's been studying. Um, and he went into this thing prepared. And,
And he may be
I'm
farting at
so
the table
excited for him.
too.
Say that again, sir?
And he may be farting at the table too.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
That's
Anyway,
his signature move, at least in
we're going to
spaces.
still give all right. We don't want to get booted by accident, do we? No. Okay. I want to say that, congrats to him. Like, no matter what happens today, which of course we know he's going on to the next day, but look at this achievement. He set his mind to it, he prepared for it, he has been grinding it, resting, eating, so on and so forth. Amazing. Kudos to Chirp. Absolute kudos to Chirp. Donna, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, sorry, love, I've been away from my phone. Yeah, Kate, what an amazing fucking run. Keep going because the more days you go, the more backs get shoved up your arse, so grease up monkey.
Right on, sister. Right on. I want to talk about where women have placed in the WSOP. So, the main event, of course. So, the female that got to the furthest um, in the WSOP got to the final table. Barbara Enright in 1995 got to the final table and finished fifth. No other female has finished that high at the main event, and that was 1995. Now, in the top 20, we had Marsha Wagner, 1993, in 19th place. I'm going to say I'm going to spell her first name Efthymia, Litzow, 18th place in 2022. Tiffany Michelle in 2008, 17th place. Tiffany Williamson, 15th place in 2005. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm reading through this correctly. Um, Marsha Wagner, 1997, 13th place. Barbara Samuelson, 10th place. Hold on, you guys. I have a customer. Hold on just a minute.
Is she there selling peaches while she's doing this?
Yes, she's selling her beautiful peaches. While she's doing this, it's her first time on the peaches stand this season, and it's going to be a juggle and a struggle, but as always, Terry will overcome all these obstacles like she does. But yeah, just on the matter of Chirp again, yeah, I want to wish him the very, very best of luck for day whatever it is he's going into, because I've lost all track of days. And I will be screaming from over here, so hopefully he can hear me in Vegas. Go ahead, Sherry.
Thank you, ma'am. In 1997, Marsha Wagner finished 12th. 1994, Barbara Samuelson finished 10th. In 1998, Susie finished 10th. In 2000, Annie Duke finished 10th. In 2012, Gael, I think is how you say, or GL, uh, Bowman finished 10th. So Barbara Enright in 1995 finished fifth place. That's how long it's been since somebody and as a female has placed high in the main event or that high. So fingers crossed that one of the four ladies that are still in it to win it is going to break that barrier again. Kristen, Ma, Sudan, or Danielle all have a chance. They're definitely sitting on some nice chip stacks that can be spun up with no problem at all. I want to go around and talk about the winners around town. Over at the Aria, Alexander Tefesh won event number 42, which was $800 no limit. And he took home $95,000, so they must have had a great turnout. At Resorts World, Eric Chevalot won the $200 nightcap for $3,000. Over at the Wynn, Victor Pardis took home $88,000 for taking down the July 10th $1,100 turbo. Brock Wilson took down the $2,200 no limit tournament at the Wynn and stuffed his pockets with $626,429. David Coleman took down the WPT Alpha 8 Trifecta number 3 tournament at the Wynn, beating 117 entries to take home $730,000 and a seat to the WPT Championship in December, which of course is a 10,000 or is it a 12,005 seat. Over at the Venetian, Luther Tran took down event number 54, the Deep Stack $1,600 buy-in for $249,000. Cody Hammer took second in the $1,600 tournament, took home $183,000. And seventh in that tournament was Dorian Melkers, who took home $45,000. So congratulations to those winners around town. Go ahead, Fats.
I had a question for you, Sherry.
Sure.
If the final 5 people at the main event are Chirp and the 4 women, who will you be rooting for?
The only one that I am an acquaintance of is Chirp. So, I have to root for my acquaintance, but I also have to root for the first female to be in the top, to have 4 of them, to have 4 females in the top 5. Come on, how can I not root for that? So that's a difficult
no, you already
question.
have that. That's a given. You're the
Right?
final 5. The 4 women and Chirp.
I don't know. I kind of favored Kristen because she just is a grinder, like a daily grinder. I favored Danielle because she has been a great voice in the poker world. The other 2 ladies, I really don't know. So I think it would have to be Chirp, Kristen, Danielle.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, and that's just because I have, he's an acquaintance, right?
Of
I
course.
don't have that relationship with the others. So there you go. Thanks for putting me on the spot.
My pleasure.
All right, I want to talk about some numbers. We talk about getting women involved in poker and what are the numbers looking like and so on and so forth. And Jennifer Newell is a poker world reporter, so to speak. So she reports on things going on in the poker world, right? And she came out with an article, I think it was last week, that I stumbled upon yesterday. And I thought I would share some of the things that she quoted in that or wrote about in that article. So I'm going to quote her, and I have a customer on the way over, so I'm going to end up stopping in the middle of this. But anyway, in 2020, hold on, you guys.
I will do South Point. A bit out of order, but Friday at South Point Poker, we have the 10.05 100 no limit hold'em 10,000 guarantee at 205, which is back on because the Tournament of Champions has finished. Is the 100 no limit hold'em turbo bounty guarantee 3,000 guarantee, the 605 200 no limit deeper stack 20,000 guarantee, and my favourite is the 10.05 100 no limit hold'em turbo 3,000 guarantee. Yesterday, they had the Tournament of Champions, and all in all, they got 123 entrants, and they chopped at 7 players, and they all 7 as they took home 3K each, with Eric taking the bigger piece of the pie taking $6,214 $1,000. But it seems to be a really good turnout, and congratulations to those. South Point is a place where if you want to do chops, they are more than amicable to do that. So if you're looking to reach your final table and get some money back from it to build up your bankroll, I suggest you go there. I see Software Brian back.
Okay, you guys. Oh, it's so funny. This is so funny. All right, I'll bring him up. Thank you so much, Donna. Appreciate you. All right, let's talk about these ladies' events that have been taking place this summer. Over at the MGM, they had a $250 buy-in, 20K guarantee. There were 204 entries, which is a number that's higher than last year. Last year, they only had 162 entries. So that entry pool went up. The prize pool went from $41,820, and it was at $28,760. So kudos to the MGM for their numbers improving. In 2024, the Orleans had a $400 ladies event with a 40K guarantee, $400 buy-in, as I said. They had 147 entries, which is up from 115 entries in 2023. The prize pool actually went down by $500 to $49,980.
Close enough. Geez, Sherry. But seriously, like, I kind of blame that on their poker strategist who obviously doesn't have any poker strategy.
You're so funny. In 2024, the Venetian had a $600 50K guarantee. The entries were 296, up from 273 in 2023. It was a $500 buy-in last year, $600 buy-in this year. The prize pool went up to $149,480 from $115,206. In 2024, Aria had a $500 buy-in, $75 guarantee. They had 351 entries, up from 246 entries in 2023. The prize pool went from 103,320 to 147,420. Great jumps. In 2024, the South Point had the $400 buy-in ladies tournament, 35K guarantee. Last year there was 175 entries. This year there was 253. Last year the prize pool was 53,375. This year it was 86,020. So those were all the numbers that increased and the properties they increased at. There were some that decreased in numbers. So let's chat about that for a minute. The Win had a $600 50K guarantee ladies event this year. They had 209 entries. Last year, they had 373 entries.
Wow.
Last year it was a $500 buy-in. This year it's a $600 buy-in. The prize pool was 107,635 this year. Last year it was 179,040. So definitely a decrease there. And I'm going to tell you the women are not happy with the higher buy-ins for the ladies tournaments. And part of that is if you look at a $600, say just a mixed event with, men and women, no limit tournament. If I go play a $600 so-called mix event,
You're right.
the rate of return is way better because the amount of entries is higher, and so they're not happy about that $600, $500 price buy-in point. So I have heard that rumbling. The Nugget, excuse me, had 96 entries this year. Last year they had 181. They had it was a $250 buy-in this year, a $200 buy-in last year. $18,720 prize pool. Last year it was a $27,150 prize pool. So those numbers have really been affected at the Nugget, and one has to wonder if the rake has something to do with it. Over at the WSOP warm-up event, which your favorite co-host came in second, not that she's tooting her horn or anything, there were 171 entries, and last year there were 214. There was $18,810 in the prize pool this year, and last year there was $23,540. And it's really a shame. I hate to see those numbers going down, but there was another tournament going on at the same time, so it split the amount of women to two tournaments instead of each garnering both, the whole pool of women coming to both tournaments. So that may have been a little bit of a mix up on planning, and hopefully folks will think about that next year. The WSOP Ladies event, it's $1,000 buy-in. We had 1,245 entries this year. Last year we had 1,295, so down by 50 this year. The prize pool this year was $1,095,600. Last year it was $1,152,000. And so those numbers were down. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bird's eye view about the ladies' events, how the numbers did this year, some up, some down. But I will say that some of the women are definitely talking about the price points, as well as let's keep those tournaments within Ladies Week, because they don't want to come and spend 2 weeks in Vegas. They want to come for 1 week, play the ladies events, and go home. So spreading it over 2 weeks definitely has affected the numbers as far as some are concerned anyway. So there you go.
Well, so 2 weeks for the different properties that are having it, right? Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
Right. And the last couple of years, it's really been through Sunday through Saturday, and sometimes Sunday through Sunday. But this year we had one, I don't even remember where it was, on a Sunday, and then a whole week later began Ladies Week on a Sunday.
Oh, like they just went off on their own and did something different.
Right. And so some of the ladies are like, I would have loved to play that event, but I'm not coming another week early for one event. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
think that's been interesting, like an interesting, I'm sure that MGM didn't come up with this poker strategy because their strategist is, lacking in strategy. No, I'm just kidding. But well, at least poker, no limit hold'em strategy, maybe
You're
not business
so funny.
strategy. But I love, like, I don't know who came up with this idea of, like, hey, the World Series is having a ladies event. Let's have a ladies event around that time frame. That was really, really smart, because, like,
And
I
if I had
remember
to guess, I would guess it was Lupe Soto. If I
it
had to
was
guess.
it was who?
Lupe. She owns the Lips tour.
Yeah.
She's
I
the
don't
owner
know.
of the Lips tour.
Whoever came up with that idea is really smart, because, and now you see it with the seniors and whatever, because I don't know. I mean, we've always had tournaments around
Right.
town during the World Series, but, like, somewhere around 2010 or so, I think it was like maybe the Venetian kind of started with their Deep Stack series, or something like that, and then which, I never liked supporting, just because I didn't like that they were politically, the leadership there was politically opposed to online poker, which was totally hypocritical. Like, they're
Yeah,
like,
but
oh, we
that's
want,
not true, right? That's not
well,
true.
they were only,
That's not true, right?
what? that they were
They
opposed
were
to.
not. They were not
They were
opposed.
opposed to
No,
other
no,
companies getting it.
no, 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 no. And I wish you would go back and listen to Robert Turner's interview. I want to say
Okay.
he discussed it on there because, of course, he was around, then and in the mix and the know. And that's one of the things that he will come and talk about extensively because he has always felt like the Venetian has gotten a bad rap about that. They were never opposed online. They didn't like that online didn't have to follow the same rules they did and protect the customers.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
what the point of view was from the Venetian management. They wanted online. They had no problem because he stated they never thought they would be replaced. Like people are like, oh, they thought they were going to replace the in live poker room. No, that was never their mindset. Their mindset was, if I have to go by the
well,
rules, why
then
doesn't
they.
online poker go on?
I'll tell you, Sherry. Then they did a shit job communicating to the
100%,
community
one hundred
what their
percent.
position was,
Hold on,
because
hold on, hold on.
my
I got
take
to.
on that was that they were against they were against children being able to access it and all this stuff, and it really seemed like what they were really against to me was other entities having online poker, and they wanted to try to corner the market, which is the rich guys kind of thing, is like, let's put roadblocks for everybody else. And ultimately, look what happened in Nevada. I mean, poker stars couldn't get in, they couldn't get in New Jersey, all these different places. So I don't know, would be interesting to see somebody do a retrospective on that, because I've held a grudge for a long time. I didn't play at the Venetian very much over the years. I still don't play there very much. But Fats, do you have anything to say? And you and
Yeah,
Donna, you're a
just
co-host, so you can just talk.
Yeah, I just
I'm not
need
a
to
coach.
dip for 10 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Go ahead, Fats.
No, I was just trying to figure out. I mean, a lot of the topic this summer's been about what strategies we can implement and integrating more women into the mix and making them feel comfortable playing in the tournaments. But how are we supposed to accomplish that if we just schedule them all their tournaments 1 week and that's it? I mean, that doesn't seem like a good strategy for integrating the women into the full mix of poker. Seems like you're just
And
scheduling it.
oh,
To me, these women events are, a lot of times, you'll see the person. Let's take my wife, who is never, ever, ever, if you've heard my, my story about her playing, she is never going to be in a women's event or otherwise. We did that WPT women's event, not going to happen. But that's the perfect situation, right? Is like, I'm coming there to play some tournaments and maybe flying in somewhere, and I'm finding my excuse to bring her with me, and we're going to stay at the Christmas hotel before or after, whatever I can talk into being able to go to the event. And then I schedule it around the time when they're going to have a women's event, and I put her in. But Sherry's right, like those events need to be lower buy-in,
well, and that
have
was
some
the whole,
opportunity
you
for
know,
play and be very beginner friendly kind of
and that was the
things.
purpose. I mean, that was the premise about starting those events, that it was going to be a low buy-in.
Yeah.
And 200, 250 seems to be the spot for women to be the most comfortable entering in, and you'll get a good turnout. And I know that there are some women that are at the top, that are semi-pro or pro players. Of course, they want the $600-800 tournament buy-ins, but they're not our target audience. And those are the ones that are chirping in the ears of some of the operators. And I just want some of our operators to realize that some of those numbers are dipping because the price points are going up and the women are just sending a message to you. So that's where we're at with that. but these are supposed to be beginner, get them in and, get them comfortable and let them learn and socialize kind of events.
I think
So
that
they graduate to the next level, right?
we've got um, some an operator here. I think that the sub $1,000 for everybody else is really a good place to be, because like it's tough to you're coming out for the summer to play the World Series. I think, and I'm giving you my rare praise, Mr. McCormick. Um,
Rare praise. He deserves praise every day that
yeah,
his
no, I'm just
puppies are
kidding.
doing
I'm just
great.
giving him a hard time,
I know
except for
you
how
are.
he plays No Limit Hold'em. But anyway, um,
Queen three, queen three.
yeah. Um,
Oh, shit.
I
That's
would have
fun.
paid for him to hit that second three so I could tease him about it for the rest of his life. Anyway,
I think
I
you did. I
I
think you
I
absolutely did pay him to be able to tease him for the rest of your
yeah, I
life.
think that is true. That is a pretty bad needle. Anyway, I think that that's really good what they're doing, with kind of keeping most events in the sub $1,000 range. I think because, a lot of, let's just say it how it is. I mean, during June, during the month of June, people are coming there to play the World Series of Poker, right? So if I mean, that's why we all end up at South Point sometimes, right? Is like,
Right.
hey, we don't want to have another $1,000 buy-in. Maybe we're not doing well. Go over, get a change of scenery. Don't want to come in there and have a huge price point. Um, you got to be
Right.
somewhat competitive on the rake, but you see, like, right? I think you said earlier that this year the Golden Nugget tried to push the envelope there and paid for it. So there is a little bit of that, but um, you know, for myself, if I'm playing a really kind of lowish buy-in event, the percentage isn't as important. Like, why am I there, right? I'm there to go play something and get my feet back under me and maybe get lucky and make a final table.
Well, and
Um,
sometimes it's about doing that with friends, right? Without it
yeah.
costing us $1,000. Like Bobby and Joe and Donna and me and Turbo and
Yeah, just to go have fun.
the
So,
Heath and Carney and whoever else was with us that night. We go over to South Point for the 10 p.m. tournament, and guess what? We're there with friends having a blast, and some of us made the final table, and it was $100 buy-in, and we are having a flippin' blast. And guess what? I'll do it every time I'm there.
yeah, my I think that's why those price points are really good. And, you know, obviously I think the 400 is maybe a little low, but 400 is a good number, like 400 to 1,000, that range is good. I think the 1100s you said the wins numbers were down, right?
Let's see, the win was a $600 buy-in, and they went down. They were at 373 last year and went down to 209 this year.
Because I think that their bread and butter was the 1100s, and I think that is you're going over that $1,000 price point, and then people are like $1,000. That's a lot to
And
play
I'm going to tell
a
you that
tournament.
I don't have my other papers with me that I could refer to because I at the peach stand and I only brought a little bit of stuff with me. But that win tournament may have been at the same time as the warm up event, or because there was another event going on at the same time as the warm up event, and I don't remember which one it was, but it may have been that win event.
I don't know. Yeah, and the other thing too is across the board, like most of these, most of these, most of these tournaments are now, providing pretty decent structures. Like, it used to be you'd pay a low buy-in and then, not really get any play. And I understand that it's a balance. That's why I'd rather, I don't know, like the rake obviously matters.
Okay, now let me look at this for a minute. Okay, so, um, okay, I'm looking at this. I just pulled up the WIN schedule, and the WIN's ladies event was on the 17th of June. So that was a week before Ladies Week. That's a week before Ladies Week. So the women aren't even there yet.
Well, the week before, yeah, they're trying, it's like make up your mind. But I don't know, it all depends. Like some people are going to come in early, some people are going to come in late, and it being over 2 weeks. But I see what you're saying. You're kind of maybe dividing up the crowd, so to speak.
Okay, so if you're a female and going to Vegas, are you going to go and you want to play some ladies events?
But
Now I don't. Now
I don't
hold
know
on,
that I
hold
don't
on.
know that that's their market. That
Hold,
their market.
Well, I'm just telling you from looking at the numbers, okay? So if I'm a lady looking at, okay, I like to go during ladies' event to support the effort, right? I don't
Right.
like to totally play only ladies' events. Typically, I play one or two ladies' events, and then I play 6, 7, 8, just regular, field WSOP events or around town, area or whatever. And so if I'm going to look at the schedule, am I going to schedule to come into town when there's only one ladies event? Or am I going to schedule to come into town when there's multiple ladies events to choose from to fit into my schedule and my prize points?
Right, but who are they trying to attract with these events?
Well, obviously it didn't work because their numbers went down.
No, I mean maybe not. I mean, if it's you, Sherry, then maybe the numbers went down for you, but you're going to probably come and play irregardless. What I'm
Right.
talking about is, do they get, the wife of the pro who, hey, let's put you in this event. That's why.
I'm just going to tell you that there are not a lot of of pros that play it. There just
Well,
aren't.
then
Like
the
you
whole
have
thing is
Natasha
failing, right?
Mercier, you have Biloxi Bombers' beautiful wife Kat, you have the Gaffants, you have the Foxons, you have the Lees. Um,
That's, by the way, these people are not the people I'm talking about.
yeah, but
I'm
I'm
talking
just trying
about
to,
the lady that's always heard her husband playing, and
but
maybe saying a pro was the wrong word, but I'm
But
talking
I'm just
about
telling you, there's not a lot of, my friends from Siena,
those aren't the
Savannah.
people that we're talking about either. I'm talking about the husband
Can
goes
I
and
finish? Can
plays.
I finish my sentence? Can I finish my sentence? My friends from Savannah are two rec players. Up until about 18 months ago, she never played poker. Now she's got the bug, right? So she would be one that if he went during, that week, she would go play that tournament. But she plans her visits to Vegas around Women's Week in the spring and Women's Week in the end of June. Why? Because she's a novice player. And
Right.
that's what those tournaments are supposed to be targeting. That
I
was
I
what,
don't know. Maybe Sean can tell us. He's requesting who
come
they're
on, bud.
targeting.
Oh, I got a butterfly flying around me. Oh, it just landed on me. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
Good
Whenever you're
morning,
ready,
everyone.
Sean.
Oh no, it took me a second to get up here. Elon's internet is a little slow today. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
First and foremost, Queen 3 will live on forever. Secondly, Sherry has got the line for the day, so just shut down the internet when she told you that you did pay me. Literally, you have license to needle me because I have your money. So yes. And
He
third,
set me up for that, Sean.
oh, it was so good. It was so clean. It was so smooth. It's the line of the day. Shut it. And it's Friday, and I'm giving you that award right now. It's shut it down.
Thanks.
Anyways, with some of these events, and I'll be quick. And if anybody wants to ask me any questions about them specifically, I'll try to answer them. But with these ladies events and women's events, the toughest thing is obviously scheduling them. Everybody wants to run one. We all really do want to run one. And you know, I knew you were going to bring up wins being like a week before, or like 6 days before, or whatever, and that's a tough spot, obviously. But if Win moves it into late Women's Week, it's just going to bump either somebody else, or we're going to double up like we did. Like Aria had to put it somewhere, and the Aria tournament did very well, but I believe Golden Nugget was on top. So it's just really tough to cram all this in 1 week. But we are here for the ideas. Maybe it's a daily, nightly thing. I don't know, but it seems really hard to cram it into 7 days when
But
you know
the
you got
Win,
like 10 properties that want to support.
Yeah, and you're
the
not
Win
aren't
did
like
it
having a
last year during the Ladies' Week, and why not just do it on Saturday? Ladies' Week starts on Sunday. Why not just the Saturday?
Yeah, I can't answer that question obviously for them, but yeah, I don't know what their strategy looked like. You know, they don't have a strategist like me over there, you know, as Brian would say. So um, no, but seriously, yeah, I mean, like I said, I believe everybody is in good spirit when they're trying to, you know,
Absolutely.
do these events. It's just so hard. It's just so many tournaments. But I'm telling you, we already like I already tell everybody, you know, summer poker begins the day summer poker ends, like planning meaning. And we have some cool stuff we're gonna do for the women's event next week or next year. So excuse me.
Well,
Sweet.
and Sean, you're not getting together with all the people at the Win and setting your schedule, right? Like you guys set your schedule and then,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
Like,
I
I mean,
think
you can move stuff.
how it really works is WSOP releases sometime around Super Bowl, and we
Right.
all wait. Obviously, none of us, if you're if you're even
Yeah.
a little intelligent, would drop your schedule before WSOP. That would be bananas.
Right.
So we all wait for them, and then we all kind of get to market after that. Some wait later, some launch earlier. I think Aria launched theirs pretty early, and then MGM Grand right afterwards. But it's kind of systematic. It's not. It's kind of like dominoes falling.
Yeah.
We're not all in the same room working together, but we're watching each other. We're watching each other's work. And if we plan to do, you know, I've moved events at Aria before, 100%. I've
Right.
had Paul put out a schedule, and we're ready to drop it, and then Win or Venetian or you know a big heavy hitter drops the exact same tournament, whether it be like Deuce or Mix or a women's event or something like that. Obviously, if we haven't released and they have, in good faith, we should move. But I can't say that every operator does that. Some operators go, oh, Aria's doing this event, or oh, Win's doing this event, and they drop it right on top, which is
Right.
unfortunate because all they do is hurt the player base. Like the bottom line
Right.
will be fine. They're just hurting the player base. They're hurting in this case, because we're talking about women's events, they're hurting women. So that's terrible when that happens. But
Well, and
again,
I'm just going
it's
to add
tough.
to that, Sean, that I know that some of and the leaders in the world of, women's groups of poker groups. And I know that Lupe, for instance, she coordinates with the casinos on dates and things. So it's not just a willy-nilly thing either, right? And if the dates are available, then they get booked, right? And everybody looks at each, schedule as you said, as it comes out to see where they can fit in their events. And for me, the Win needs to either tack on to the beginning or to the end of Ladies Week, because the week before, I would never come a week before for that event.
Well, that's one way that it can kind of be coordinated is through like Ellipse, you know, where
That's what she
they're running
does.
so they're running a so I didn't realize that they're running
Yeah.
these different things
Yep.
across different properties.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
So I'll pull back the curtain a little bit and share this. So we don't generally, like, it's not going to be a big email with like all the MGM guys, the Caesars guys, the Win guys,
Right.
Venetian.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. But I will pull the curtain a little bit and tease her a little bit. The only time we ever do happen to be all on the same email is when Auntie Lupe puts us all on the same email. I got to say it like that. I really do.
Exactly.
Because she's like our big auntie sending this email. All right, boys, it's Women's Week. Here we go again. And it's the cutest
That's
thing
funny.
ever. And I'm teasing, but it legitimately is the cutest thing ever, because it's just like, and it works. We all get in line and say, all right, we're thinking of doing this day, this day, this day. And there's no other events on the calendar in the year that we do this. and she just brings us all together. So similar to
So it is
women.
a coordinated, effort to a point. And
Oh yeah, she's great.
I just want to say that sometimes what's being represented doesn't represent everyone. And I'm going to say that lower price points are the key to success. 250, 300's pushing it. 250 seems to be the favorable number. So just putting that out there. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sean.
because nobody wants to see their wife or their girlfriend in a $1,000 buy-in walking out on hand one and telling them how they went 6 ways all in on the flop with pocket kings when an ace or even a 3 was on the board, Sean.
Wow. Thank you for giving us such terrible credit. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm going to cut you off,
Appreciate
Brian,
that.
while you're behind here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're way behind here, so I'm just going to let you exit stage left real quick. You'll come back. You'll be good. One misstep doesn't hurt your Spaces career here. You're good. You're good. But I'm going to give away a little bit of the secret here, a little bit of the sauce here. So when it comes to buy-ins, especially in specialty events, whether it be seniors, whether it be women's, whether it be mix, anything that's not no limit hold'em, what operators need to think about is not the first buy-in. It is the rebuy, is the re-entry. And that's where people mess it up. Most people come to a tournament and want to fire 2 bullets. No one wants to go home on that first hand with king versus ace on board, blah, 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 whatever Brian was trying to dribble there. But no one wants to go out like that. I'm messing with you, buddy. I get it. Our needles are going to get stronger here. But no one wants to bust out on one hand, especially traveling to Las Vegas. So what operators need to think about is the second buy-in, because everybody's going to have a reload. So if you price them out so much that they can't re-enter, then the buy-in is too high. And this is a little trick I used to do at Aria, guys. There's a reason why I ran 240s and not 250s, because 480 sounds so much better than 500.
Interesting.
Think about it. It's a mind thing. It's all it is. It's what sales.
Absolutely. And I'm
It's
just
what.
gonna
Yeah. Go ahead.
add to this conversation that the wives of pro players are not the ones filling the seats at the ladies' events. Semi-pro, recreational, and pro poker players are filling the seats at the ladies' events. So let's get that record straight. Go ahead, Fats.
Yeah. 2 things. One, just in response to what Sean just said about the rebuys, I don't think that's as big an issue in all those limit and mixed games, because since it's limit, in order to nobody's getting knocked out on their first bullet and early unless you play like 5 hands really bad.
You are correct, Fats. I meant big bet mix. I'm talking big bet games.
Okay. And then I just have a kind of an interesting question for Sherry. If you were planning a trip to Las Vegas and you had 2 choices, one would be a week where there were multiple ladies events going on, and the other would be a week where there was only one ladies event going on, but that same week they were having an international peach convention. Which week would you go?
Well, unfortunately,
Good
nobody
question.
grows peaches like Georgia, so to go to a peach convention would be a waste of my time.
Snobby about your
However,
peaches.
I am. I only buy the number ones. However, I have made many trips to Vegas when there hasn't been one ladies' event going on. So, for whatever that's worth.
I like the question though, Fats.
Snubbing the peaches, though. I mean,
Yeah, right?
you're snubbing everybody else's peaches. Maybe if you went to the convention, you could find a trick where you could ship your peaches and get them to somebody fresh.
Fats, if you
Yeah.
don't think I have spent the last 12 years trying to figure out how to ship peaches, you're just kidding yourself, dude.
Well, there might be somebody, if it's a international peach convention, they had to get their peaches there somehow. There's got to be somebody that might have a trick you didn't learn yet.
Well, here's the thing. I would think that if it was a peach convention, that they would actually be growers, so they would have them there. Have you ever heard of a UK peach, a French peach, a Italian peach, Irish peach. Have you ever heard of any of those? But you've heard of a Georgia peach. I rest my case.
That's why I would be going to the peach convention so I could learn about those.
Hey, go for it, dude. Let me know
What
what you find
peaches am
out.
I eating here in California there, Sherry?
California peaches,
Oh, okay.
which are good peaches.
Basically,
Las
California
Vegas.
has some. Hey,
So
Sherry's
Las
cornering the
California has
Vegas would
market
some
be
on
good
a
peaches, and she's not sharing them with anybody. That's
Las
the fact.
that's it. Yep.
That's it totally. But I'm going to tell
She's
you,
a peach hoarder.
California has some delicious white peaches. So I recommend you buy some.
All right. We'll have to try those.
They're fantastic. It's like a
Sean,
bowl of sugar melting in your mouth.
Sean, that's really interesting, the 480 thing. I think that's interesting. I never really thought about that. Pretty cool.
Sales pitch, right?
Yeah.
Why do they make something $399.99 instead of $400?
It's $240 with $200 of rake.
Not at the MGM properties. No, sir.
That's like the Indian casinos out here. Like they like, I don't know, and they probably, God knows what they do with the prize pool. Like I was like, what? Like that's it for first? There's like 1,000 people here.
I'm going to cut you off and defend my product and say, we had the cheapest rake in town, and probably close to it in tournaments.
No,
but definitely cheapest cash game rake still to today. We didn't make any moves on that. We didn't get your wallet this year. So yeah, Brian. Now for that, I'm not bringing back the Julius's.
Oh, jeez.
You just sunk your own ship again.
Sean, that would be epic for next year for the Aria tournament there to bring back the Julius. That would be epic.
You heard it here first, guys. Brian wants us to raise the rake and bring back the Julius.
Wait, hold on a second, Sean. Let's get that.
I don't mind some
nags of rake.
I don't mind some rake if I got a Julius there to sip on. But you have to bus in some really crappy players to help me overcome the rake.
Hold on, that was where I was going there. Sean, I much prefer a high rake and crappy players. That's why I love the Gold Nugget tournaments. The mixed ones, the mixed game ones.
Hey, I'm attempting to get, and I'm not. Wait, I gotta word this correctly, or I don't want to get canceled by
And
the
you're going to be
online
recorded.
I'm being recorded. Hold on. So we all know that poker is the juiciest when online and live work in unison. And we are attempting to revitalize that engine by drawing players from the iGaming space through online qualifiers on BetMGM Poker in the states that it's available, hopefully in Nevada next year, and bring those qualifiers to the live arena to play against you guys. Take that for whatever that means, but yeah, our games are pretty good.
Yeah, I think that the whole online qualifier thing is huge. It's probably good to partner with these different organizations that do it. I'm sure it's difficult for MGM to do it. In all the club stuff and all that stuff is somewhat difficult, I'm sure, for you guys to jump in on. But that whole thing, like I think that it's really good for poker. Hopefully it stays around for the I don't know, we'll see.
You cut up. Do you know what's going on at the Aria today, Sean McCormick?
Oh God, you're gonna call me out right now.
Okay, 11 o'clock. The Aria has the $800 PLO tournament with a $200K guarantee, 12.5 rake, one of the lowest in Vegas, if not the lowest.
She gets so mad, Sean.
I'm not mad. I am not mad, dude.
No, she was ready. She had it in the clip. She was ready to go. She was ready to call.
He knows I always have his back. Teamwork is the dream work. For sure. Sean, what are you doing this weekend? Working or playing?
So I actually got out of the city yesterday. Went up to Mount Charleston just to get away from the heat for a day. And yeah, I'm back in the office today. We have a cool event going on at New York today, and people are probably like, "Wait, there's no poker there," and they'd be right. It's a casino event that we're learning some things on, and like a trial thing, which is pretty cool. And then from there, I'll probably walk through Aria, hang around Bellagio a little bit, and yeah, just talk to some people, get some emails done, and some work done, and enjoy the weekend.
Sweet. Well, Brian, are
what
you spending the day
what
with your daughter, or what are we doing?
Yeah, we're driving. We're going to, I think, ballet class or something right now, which should be a lot of fun. And lunch, I've got both daughters in the car here,
Sweet.
and we're we're gonna go have a good fun day doing something.
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
does this mean Brian's wearing a tutu today, girls?
I am not wearing a tutu, just for full disclosure. And I have zero rhythm, Sherry, whatsoever. So in high school, they're always begging the guys to be in the dance
Right.
things. So I almost got
Oh
rear-ended.
God, don't do
Um,
that.
so we were doing our practice, and the girl came over, and this girl was supposed to like jump up into my arms, Sherry. She did not jump,
What?
and she ended up right on her
Oh,
ruckus. And so apparently that's the guy's fault, no
yeah,
matter how she screwed it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
So that was the end
So
of
you
my
got
dancing
fired?
career. Yeah.
Always the receiver's fault, never the quarterback. Also, I will gladly pay back
Yeah.
the Queen 3 money if I see you in a tutu dancing somewhere.
I love
The
that
money
so
is
much.
safe, Sean. That money is safe.
That's amazing.
We should have got that on the vlog,
Oh,
Sherry.
the stories we could tell. Yes, absolutely. ASG, welcome. Go ahead, bud. ASG, can you hear me?
Well, I just turned the captions on because I can't hear Sherry. But
Okay.
anyway, just wanted to say, since I have a minute, that yeah, Adelson was very much against online gambling completely, and yeah, the main will be interesting coming up. Besides Trip, looking at who's left, since I fell asleep last night and missed a number of eliminations. Definitely be rooting for a number of people, including Foxen, Renlin, and it would be interesting if the Storage Wars guys won.
Right? Oh, he can't hear me. Can anybody hear me?
I
I
can hear
can
you,
Okay.
hear you.
Sherry.
Okay. Tell him thank you for his comments because he can't hear me.
Yeah, we need Chirp to win this thing, man. That would be awesome. That would be pretty
It would be
cool.
so cool.
And our horse, Rec Poker Jim, good run for him. Went out last night, so that's a kind of a bummer. But man, I think what did he cash, Sherry?
Yeah.
60,000 or
Yep.
something?
And I love the
Yeah,
fact that he had 30.
it was disappointing that
Oh, he can't hear me.
I feel like in previous years, back when ESPN was covering things, that they had more diversity or whatever you want to call it, with how much they went around to different tables. Like, we barely saw him at all except for that interview.
Go ahead, Sherry.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Sorry, I got distracted and now I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, Jim was rolling along
Oh,
there, and
I think it's impressive. I love the fact that he had like 34 or 35 investors. Because, he did, as Brian knows, because he's one of them, he did a call the day or 2 days before the main event saying, hey, I want to do it. Do I have enough investors? And he ended up with like 34 or 35 investors. And I think that's spectacular.
yeah, and he made good on it, man. He made a pretty big run there, so that's pretty
Do you
cool.
know what percentage he kept to himself?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I honestly haven't really read all of his tweets, so he may have up tweeted it there. I just don't know. I just happened to see the tweet about it was either 34 or 35 investors. I was like, hell yes. Hell to the yes. Okay.
Speaking of that, did you hear? I didn't hear the comment. Somebody said that they made a Zoe Kareem reference. I don't know if you guys know.
No.
That's the guy that oversold a few years ago and then decided to make a deep run in the main. Like, probably not too smart to oversell and then make a deep run in the main event. Pretty dumb.
Pretty damn dumb. Okay. For those of you that do staking and betting and blah, 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 I have a question. Okay. And I might have to pull it up. But on stake.com, I staked Alan Kessler and he made it into the cash. But what I got out of it was less than what I paid to stake him. Is that right?
No.
Something's wrong there, right?
Right.
Something's wrong there. I'm going to try to pull it
Well,
up.
you didn't buy a package, did
No,
you?
no,
I mean, that's kind of the only way that can happen.
no, it wasn't a package. Hold on, I'm going to.
I mean, he cashed the event
Yeah, and
too.
I got paid, but it's not as much. It didn't even cover my buy-in. I was like, wait, that can't be right. And then I was like, well, better ask other people that I'm just doing it for the fun of it. And I'm like, I better ask other people that do it often. They will know because I
I,
sure as hell don't.
does it say? Are you talking? Where do you see it? Are you saying what it says in the site or what went into your bank?
No, what? Okay, I'm going to pull it up so I can actually just read it. So I make sure I'm saying it correctly, right? So, and I'm just telling you, I do this just for the fun of it. I just take little bitty pieces of certain people. Other people, I'll take a bigger piece of them, whatever. In Alan's case, I always just take a little piece. But anyway, let me try to find it. Okay, so uh,
And Sherry's selling peaches today, guys.
yeah,
So you've got to be patient with her. She might,
yeah, I'm out in.
from time to time, drop
Thank you,
off.
thank you. Okay, I'm so glad you said the thing about the package because I was able to click on it and see indeed it was a package. So thank you, Brian. I
Oh,
knew
okay.
for sure somebody would be able to set me straight on that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of the only way that can
I
happen.
was like, how could this be less? Because all the other times, like when he won the ring last year, I made good bank on that, right? And I was like, how could this be less than my initial staking? But that makes sense now. Thank you, thank you.
Well, the
I
only
knew
other
somebody would help me.
if there was like heavy markup and then a min cash, you could lose money too. Not a ton, but a little bit.
Gotcha. No, I've done well in the stake. I'm just going to tell you, I'm up a few $100s and I just dabble. I'm going to tell you, I just dabble because I think it's fun to have that sweat. So go ahead, Barry.
Sean had his hand up first.
Oh, go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go, Sean.
Oh, I was just going to tell everybody have a good day and good luck at the tables if you're playing, and if you're not playing, put your feet in the grass somewhere nice.
I have one comment. One comment before you go, Sean.
I'm sure you do.
I like the 15% paid double prize structure. I think that should become standard.
Yeah, Sean.
I think it kind of is becoming standard. But yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, those they did great work with those structures this year.
Sean, before you go, I got a question.
I've got a customer.
She's got a customer. I got a question. Sean, you hear me?
Go ahead.
Shoot,
go ahead, Barry.
A few days ago, you posted, you commented on a Poker.org video of an old timer. It said the caption was, "You never know who you're sitting next to," or "You never know when you're sitting next to a legend" or something. Do you remember that? Did you commented on it?
I do not.
I'll send it to you in your back channel because I know you were featuring that old man and people were guessing who it was. They thought it was Humberto Brenes or someone else. Maybe the guy who started poker. Go ahead.
Are you talking about the jacket contest I did with the photo from Bobby's room?
No,
That one?
no, it was a poker video of you never know. I just wanted you to know that next to the guy that they were focusing on was a Borgata legend. So I figured it's your property. I know they weren't keen on that guy, but that was Alex Torres, a Borgata legend.
Oh,
I'll have to go find this.
excellent. Well, have a good day, Sean. Kush. Are you there, Kush? Okay, I can't hear Kush. Can anybody else hear?
I
No,
cannot hear Kush.
I can't hear
Okay.
Kush. I can hear you. And Barry, I found
All
the
right.
post you're talking about. You're talking about the polka.org one with Esai in it.
oh, that's Isai. Okay, that's good. But on his left, the guy with the Yankee hat, that's MGM legend, a Borgata legend, Alex Torres.
Good to know. I'll keep the cameras on him. I'll keep our eyes open. I'm kidding, of course. No, good to know.
Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
Kush is trying to do it again. Come on, Kush. Hopefully it'll work this time. Kush, go ahead if you can hear us.
He's weird. Oh, there it comes. Maybe
Are you there, Kush?
you're on mute. Oh, boo.
Oh, dang it. We're trying, Kush. I promise.
And I think he was gonna give out buy-ins to some kind of event or something. So that's
I'm
really
pretty sure he's
unfortunate.
supposed to send each of us a Benjamin or something, is what he was going to tell us.
Yeah, what or 1% of his main. Just kidding. I'm
Hashtag
just
Cairo.
teasing.
Go ahead.
Cairo Pirate Berry 212.
Oh my God, I love Cairo.
Yeah.
Kush, whenever you want to try it again, just request. Here, let me try to send it to you. Maybe it'll work that way. I'm going to remove you from speakers because it's showing you as a speaker, even though you look like a listener. And then I'm going to invite you back and see if that does the trick. It's crazy. Welcome back, Donna.
Thank you, lovely.
I don't know how long you were down there for. I just saw you. Sorry.
It's all right, no worries.
God.
I had to charge my phone.
Oh, got it. Got it.
So I've got some charge on it now.
Got it. Well, I've been thinking about our last day of coverage for this year, and a reminder to everybody that may have not heard me earlier. This is your notice that Brian and I will be doing the third annual Spaces daily coverage of the WSOP next summer at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Just so you all know, we will be back next summer. But I was thinking about our last day of coverage this summer, and I've been making some notes, and I'm wondering, thumbs up or thumbs down if you guys want to play some trivia that day. Thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you think, Brian?
Sure. Sure.
Let's have a riot
Sounds
on
fun.
last day.
Right? So, okay, we'll do some trivia. Um, have some fun that day, and I'll think about maybe giving something away that day too.
You know what? I'll probably give away 1% or in 1% chunks whatever I win in the 2024 World Series of Poker main event.
Love it.
Whatever I cash there.
Love it. Love it.
So 160 players left, Sherry. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them.
Hey,
But
not out of the lack of us rooting for
you
you,
know,
bud.
yeah, I mean, if there's some kind of new thing where they let the 7,532nd finisher back in for the final table, then then you might get a
Hey,
cut.
maybe for $9,999.99.
I would do that deal. Yes.
Save a penny on your second buy-in. Oh God.
It's so sad, Sherry. My green chips are floating around somewhere in those stacks still.
Listen, we're just gonna hope they're in Sperp stack. How about that? Like you donated to the cause.
Yeah, I did donate to the cause of the main event of
That's right.
whoever wins this thing.
That's right.
Chirp, right? Chirp's in
Hell
there.
yeah. John Robertson, what do you got for us today?
Nothing. Actually, I got nothing. I was just coming up to help you with your markup thing.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You going to play this weekend or no?
No, I have a couple of things going on where I'm unable to play. Like that's what I was saying the other night. Like I just don't have time to play this summer. I've got too much travel going on.
I gotcha. Oh, speaking of traveling, you know what I did yesterday? I booked a 14-day Hawaiian cruise for next year. I'm so excited.
Nice.
I am so excited. The gal I'm going with this year on our Caribbean cruise, we were talking about our excursions and our massages that we, booked and blah 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 yesterday, and she said, there's a 2-week Hawaiian cruise. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, next year. I was like, how much? Somebody take a guess how much this 2-week cruise is going to be for me. Leaving Seattle. Just take a wild guess.
$2,500.
$250.
No way,
$700.
Donna. That's
$700.
what?
$700. And that's just the tips and the port charges and blah, blah, blah. That is going to cost me $750. I get the free drink package. We get $200 in credit. So then that really brings me down to $600.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
insane.
nuts. I'm like, I'm in. How can you say no to a 14-day Hawaiian cruise for $700 on Carnival? Come on.
Are they going to try and offer you a timeshare while you're on it?
No, but the reason she gets such great offers is that she does several cruises a year and she gambles a lot on board. So they sent her these amazing offers. Like like this one we're going on in September. It was 300 and was it 350 or 450? I can't remember. But then we got a online credit, so then it went down to 250 or 350. It's been a while since I paid for it, so I don't remember. And then our drink package is free. So it's basically a free cruise, right? If it's $200 or $300, and it's an 8-day cruise. Incredible.
I had a cruise once where they the rake on the poker table was insanely high.
Right.
But within like a half an hour, I had the cruise paid for.
Yes. And unfortunately, this ship doesn't have poker, but the first cruise I ever took, this is about 8 years ago, they did have poker. And they would give away cruises. They would like splash the pot with a free cruise for 2. I'm like, really right now? I'm in.
Hey,
Wow.
Sherry,
I'm in. Yes.
did you read the fine print on that?
Oh, yeah. She's been doing it for years, honey.
Because are you sure the rooms are included?
Yeah. And it's a room with a it's a room with a balcony, and it's a suite.
She's
Are you sure
sleeping
it's
on the
not just a
pool deck.
balcony?
Nope. No. Trust me. I'm going on one in September, and you guys will
Somebody
hear
That's
all
what I
about
think.
it.
She's staying on somebody else's balcony.
Yeah, the honeymoon couples too.
Oh my God! When she
And
told me,
then
I
she
was
has
like, "Let's book it."
to do like
Let's book
butler and maid service for the people whose balcony she's staying on.
as long as I don't get locked out on the balcony, we're good. Give me a good, comfy chair to sleep on, lounge chair. We're good.
So crazy.
But anyway,
Brad, I want to stream with you one of these days. I'm not sure. Yeah, I want to get you on my stream. Like, let's do a joint stream somehow or something. Let's talk about that. That would be a lot of fun, Brad. So I was going to stream yesterday, but somehow I ended up in the car driving people places. Well, actually, they were my errand.
okay, so did we book the Christmas hotel or what are we doing? Brad's giving you a heart, so definitely reach out to him.
All right, yeah, we're going to do
Did
it.
you book the Christmas hotel?
We did not book the Christmas hotel.
All right.
Slightly mentioned the Christmas hotel. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good thing. Yeah.
Response?
Yeah, I think
Nice.
the response was pretty good. We have some friends in North Carolina that would be good to go visit.
Oh, nice.
As well. So that's also a possibility.
Nice.
And you know what's funny? I don't know. I wonder how far I was from that because we drove over to from Tennessee to North Carolina through the mountains and everything. So
yeah, you were on I-40.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was a lot of mountainous roads, Sherry. And I was so tired. It was exhausting. Like I was like, oh my gosh. We had gone to church. This is crazy. So the church service was at 10. So I figured in the morning. And I figured, let's do like an 8 o'clock flight so we can hang out, have some lunch, and then drive. The church service there in Tennessee, they do it up. It was 2 hours of just the worship music and then 1 hour sermon. So it's a 3 hour service, and we had to run for the
flight.
We had to get in the thing and car and drive back like ASAP. It was so funny. Abby and I thought we had a lot of time, but we didn't.
Yeah, beautiful country over there to drive through for sure.
Yeah, it was really pretty, but just exhausting. Like I was super tired. It's a pretty exhausting drive.
Right on. Well, the drive through the Smoky Mountain National Park is definitely an exhausting ride because it's anywhere from 25 to 45 miles an hour. And it's nothing but switchbacks for 90% of the way. So it is a very tiring ride. Yeah, it's a tiring ride for sure. But a beautiful, beautiful ride through the national park. Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, I love taking that drive. When I go up to Cherokee, I just take that drive and turn around and come right back because it's beautiful. When I need a little dose of mountains, that's what I'll do.
It was quite the drive for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Anybody they want to bring up anything? Fat, do you have anything you'd like to discuss?
I think I'm all right.
Terrific. Donna?
How many peaches you got left to sell?
You're kidding me, right? I've only been here.
I thought it was a legit question.
I've only been here 2.5 hours, my love.
Oh, okay. Well, you know my fucking time zone over here. I ain't got a fucking clue.
Yeah, I've only been here 2.5 hours. I'll probably get out of here about 4, switch spots with somebody. They're going to come at 4, and I'll go home and shower the salt off.
Well, remember, stay hydrated, my darling. And don't forget Uber Eats.
Yes, ma'am. It's not too bad today. Only 87, but there's a good breeze. And I'm in the shade, so not bad today. I think I missed those 100 and above days, so I think I got lucky this summer. My paid folks got to do that duty.
That's good.
Yeah, but I have lots of bushels left, as they say. This has been a great way to pass the time, though, I'll tell you that. Brian, when you flying to Vegas?
I don't know. I'm getting some pushback.
Uh-oh.
We gotta see.
Ruh-roh.
We're maybe Sunday. We'll
Oh,
see.
that's a good idea. There's plenty of flights. Isn't there even a flight on Monday into the 777?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's a Monday flight. I'll have to look at
I
that.
thought there.
If there is, then that'll be the play.
I thought there was. I thought there was one Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and day 2 is Tuesday. Am I making that up, you guys? I thought that's what it was. But anyway, definitely double check that.
We'll have to look.
Yeah.
Because that would definitely be the play. Fly in Sunday night then, and then play Monday.
Here, let me see.
And then also the closer's probably a lower buy-in as well.
I think the closer's 1,000. Or wait, I may be. Hold on. Let me just bring it up because I hate to give out the wrong damn information.
They shouldn't call it the closer. They should call it what it is, the summer saver, right?
That would be a cute name.
Although I guess that's bad.
I was going to say they don't want to remind you that you're a loser, right? And it goes back to Sean's knowledge base about how to do buy-ins,
strategy.
right? Okay, 7-7. Oh, they don't even have it on here. Hold on. Let me try to get the schedule. Scroll the schedule. So annoying. Okay, so the 777 tournament. Okay, so the 7-7 starts tomorrow at 10. Flight B is Sunday at 10. And flight C is Monday at 10.
Boom. Let's do it. We're going to do flight C.
There you go.
Monday at 10.
And then
we're going to go play that. And Abby will be happy because I will be in town to hang out.
Okay, so I'm trying to look at.
Apparently, if she goes with me.
Okay,
Monday.
the closer's actually $1,500.
That might be a little out of our price range. We want to stay under 1,000.
Now,
Sherry.
event number 99 that starts on Wednesday is $1,000, and that's a $1,000 super turbo. Starts at 10 a.m. on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, no super turbos. Okay. We need to do
Sunday, the 21st, so a week from Sunday, is the Hold'em Crazy 8s Encore tournament at 3:30.
Yeah, that one might be a one to play too, but I think that one might be a turbo too, like it used to be. I'm not sure.
Oh wait, that's an online. My mistake. That is an online tournament. Scratch that one.
Okay.
Online, sorry. So the last one is going to be that super turbo $1,000 buy-in on Wednesday, and the closer is on. Let's see. The closer actually starts on Monday, flight A, $1,500.
The closer starts
on
when?
Monday. And
on
that's
Monday.
A $1,500 buy-in.
Okay.
So, there you go.
There we go.
There you go. So that may have solved your issue with the pushback. You're welcome.
Well, and I'm going to be running deep in the 777, so I won't be able to play the other one anyway.
Hell yeah.
The closer.
Hell yeah. All right, let's see if there's any updates from the main
I did
draw.
notice last night.
Let's see. Did they even start yet?
No, they don't start till noon.
Okay, perfect. What did you notice last night?
When watching the coverage, it's a lot easier to decide what the person should fold or.
Right?
The game is a lot easier. I don't know why these guys,
I hear you.
No, but one thing I will say, a lot of times, if you just take your time, like don't let anybody rush you, because if you, especially in a big event like this, like just take whatever time you're
Right
going to
on.
take. And if somebody's trying to call the clock prematurely, then make your case, but also don't lose the time in between the don't lose any time in between the person talking about calling the clock or calling the clock. Don't lose any of that time trying to think through your decision. And just take your time. Obviously, when the floor comes, if it hasn't been enough time, then state your side of it. The unfortunate thing is the the floor comes over and they ask the dealer, who has no clue, whether you've had enough time. And so that to me at the World Series is kind of dumb. I mean,
It's not really fair, right?
realistically, yeah, realistically, like just ask the players, because the players are gonna, like, I'm honest with the person. He's had enough time or he hasn't had. They, what it, like, I mean, obviously the person calling the clock doesn't, they think that they've had enough time. But like, just ask the players. The players will tell you, and obviously the player that the clock's being called on, they can ask. I don't like, in the main event, $10,000 buy-in, you know they should be giving you more than 30 seconds on, a first time called to the table for a clock.
Should be 2 minutes.
It should be a couple minutes. I liked
2
last
minutes.
night that the guys, it had been like, I think 10 minutes.
Yeah, too long.
And the guy says, yeah, it's too long. But I also, there's a reality of no one's called the clock yet. And then that time in between somebody calling the clock and my hand being dead is two completely different things.
Right, right.
Give 3 minutes before I call the clock. And then the guy knew, he ultimately made the bad decision of calling off his stack with essentially a bluff catcher, because he has your favorite hand, Sherry. He had pocket jacks
Right.
on a 10 high board, and unfortunately for him, he's up against, a guy that's capable. I mean, that's obviously what we're doing there, thinking is this guy capable of a bluff here?
Right.
I've got an overpair, barely an overpair. So the guy's telling me he's beating the board with his bet. Is he capable of this being a bluff? You know,
Right.
and that's the problem with getting too short. I mean, we all know, like, you're just too short. You've let this person walk you into a pot by the river where you have to call off. Like, I'd like to make that. I was talking to somebody the other day, like, you make the decision on the turn, right? So the turn bet is this milky bet where, yeah, they could be just trying to see if they can get you to fold the turn. So they're either bluffing. It's like totally polarized, right? They're either bluffing or they have you crushed. And the time to make that decision is on the turn, because the river, you've got two options there. Well, three, I guess. They're going to put in a small bet, they're going to check, or they're going to jam, right?
Right.
Um, so kind of like you should foresee that coming, and that should be part of your decision of what you're going to do on the river. If they jam, I'm going to do this or that, because you've decided, right? Like, it's polarizing. Which side is it? They have nothing or they have it.
Right. Right. And that's every decision in poker. They either have it or they don't, right?
So right, and that's the thing, is like, this year, like, a lot of stack building was in that way, like people trying to bluff the river, and making the right decision. But you also have to be able to fold there too. So just because you've ran into 4 people bluffing in a row. You know, like you have to be able to make the
Treat
read and
each
make the
hand
right fold
separately, right?
too.
Yeah, treat
Right,
each hand
right.
separately. And just because this
It's
happened the
just
last
tough.
hand doesn't mean it's doing the same thing this hand.
You know, it's just tough for this guy. He's up against somebody that's capable. And
Of course.
that's the thing. In the main event, you're at, you know, they're not capable.
You're kind of going in and out of the matrix, Brian. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello, but
Well,
you're in and out of
I
the
got it.
matrix, bud.
All right.
We have a question. Crush was trying to come up and say the following. I was going to ask if there was a markup on Kessler package. That would be why you didn't double the investment. I really think it was because it was a package, not just one event. I think is the key here. So, and there is a markup. There's always a markup when it comes to Alan Kessler. That's why Sean Deeb is always on his case. It's funny.
Yeah, and the Kessler account, Kessler tracker.
The Kessler tracker has a lot of work tracking him. He does so many tournaments. Donna, is there anything you'd like to discuss before we say sayonara?
No, that's it. Just good luck to Chirp and good luck to everybody else that's going to be playing the final WSOP tournaments. And if you're playing live or online, very best of luck. Keep us informed. And we look forward to railing you.
Amen, sister. And we look forward to seeing Brian at the bar in his tutu. That's the only way he's getting his chips back from Sean McCormick. So get that tutu ready, Brian.
Yeah, not happening.
Brian said, "Hell no, keep those chips." I'm with you, bud.
Besides, he's under contract with Donna, so
What's that mean?
Wah, wah.
I'm buying you a fucking tutu. That's it now. You screwed it, mate.
Oh, God, that's hilarious. Well, Brian, enjoy ballet with your daughters because I know they are excited to spend time with you, whether it's at ballet, lunch, dinner, whatever. Enjoy, my friend.
all right. Thank you, Sherry. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Have a great day, and thank you, everybody, for listening. And those that are going to listen on replay, we appreciate you listening. Have a great day.